Check, check, 1-1. Is this on? Are we live? Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, welcome to Wicked versus Rebel. A big match. And my voice is sorta healed again. You can still hear it's a little nasally, it's a little fucky-wucky. But I'm gonna be trying it because I thought, hey, I've been casting for 25 hours in the last week. Subtle flex. And this is a big match, and I thought, fuck it, why not just full send it, see what it does. Let me make sure all the settings are right, as we are going to be seeing at Wicked on the defense first, Rebel on attack. They have scrimmed before, I haven't been able to stream it. I'm pretty sure another Tricky and FN Hated had taken that cast. So far, a lot of slowness here. Is Sleepy. What are you guys doing? These two are always up to something, so apparently they're just playing with their guns. As Rebel is setting up to set up an attack on the A side here, almost by the books. So far nobody has found any gunfights yet, and immediately, as I say, a trap get taken out. Ondog is looking to the side, not finding anything. Death goes down. Tumbleweed finding one as well. It's a bit of a clusterfuck. There's a lot of kills coming out left and right. Baymask being able to be spotted, but not enough. Featherrift gets a kill instead. Sleepy looking for Kingsley and Baymask here. Find two headshots on Baymask, but not connecting them hard enough to kill them. And both of them are low HP. Featherrift full HP in a 1v2 situation. Immediately has to start looking for those last two players. He doesn't know where they are exactly as he rotates back to A. And Baymask, there we go. Pronunciations are rough. Went through hatch to pick up EMP. We get the planting noise. The swing. Kingsley swings it right as Featherrift runs. Featherrift going for the reload, finding Baymask and cleaning out the Rebel for round one victory. I forgot to do my vocal warm-ups, like I have any. And that is how we're gonna start it out with 104 Wicked, and Featherrift opening with 3 kills, Sleepy Penguin with 1 but 2 assists. Some really strong gunners on the Wicked team. We've been following them for like a week now, and they have been absolutely dominating. Featherrift giving away his Vezin to get upgraded. So we're gonna see the first floor objective, which has seen some revisions in the common strategies. It used to be very common to pop open this wall and then play out of the small storage area, but so far we've seen a lot of different and new strategies coming out, popping open these walls, maybe even playing through garage, which has had varying effects. So it's definitely a very interesting set of objectives. I'm very curious to see what the Rebel players are going to go for. They might be going for vertical here, which would be an interesting play. You don't see that a lot. Sleepy Penguin is on the window with the possibility to do a run out, but instead here's Kingsley on the small window. Grenade coming out, not connecting with Sleepy. So we're gonna have a look. Sleepy backs off a bit, being able to make the callouts that Orange is under attack. Kingsley and Baymask running in small storage, but Trap is in that area underneath the little, what is it? Little scaffolding, whatever. Sleepy sees him. Sleepy finds one, but got taken out by the superior gun of the Omen, having not enough ammo to take both of them, but being able to trade out Baymask, looking for anybody on site. But so far the Wicked players are very much turtled in on site. Featherrift absolutely spam crouching, making me impossible to go first person. And Trap joining in. Oh my god, these guys are a bunch of jokesters. Tumbleweed holding Orange. Baymask holding Orange as well. They're just chilling together. Tumbleweed gets a little spooked by his teammate there. His Dest is also still inside, so they're just holding it down. They're not pushing out anything and letting Rebel come to them, which is probably the best play here. Just finally the wall pops open. Fedorov might be taking early peeks here, getting some pings out of which wall this exactly. The other wall pops open, and now we're gonna see some action here. Stumbleweed's location is compromised, having to rotate away. This is about to be a very intense fight. I can almost smell it. As we see Beastark and Ondog coming in from the blue side together with Kingsley on the blue hallways. While we have Baymask on orange storage. First shots coming out, but so far nobody is pushing in. Only a minute left on the clock. So we're gonna see either very crazy battles. Fedorov gets the first view. Kingsley gets a pick on Dest as the picks are coming out. Fedorov is in trouble. Gets shot from behind. Rotates away. Trap cleaning up too. Now being down to a 1v2. Rebel just falls apart after they get the first picks. The EMP is planted. Ondog is looking for that really long POV here. Because once they touch the EMP, he knows where they are. But there's two of them. They're taking the time to regen, both having... Or at least Fedorov having a syringe. It's gonna be a close fight here at the end. 30 seconds remaining on the clock as the music intensifies. He gets spotted, he gets hit, and he gets taken out. Vision with the wall penetration is enough to get through the sign. Giving the second round to Wicked, and so far it's been very much Wicked-sided. And there we go, they get the win just in time. Fedorov being able to get the extra points, being 4-0. Trap with 3-1, definitely some very strong players. Everybody on Wicked is very strong. It could be said about anybody there, because every single one of them has been putting in amazing, crazy amounts of hours and amazing work. And working as a team, working as individual players, they're both very strong. So Rebel definitely has a big task up against them. And as far as I know, Rebel hasn't scrimmed nearly as much, which is almost impossible to wager up against Wicked. With how many hours they've been putting in, but they haven't nearly put in as many hours as the Wicked kids. Let me make sure I capitalize that because that looks nice. And so far it's paying off. The work they've been putting in is really showing off. The amount of hours, the amount of strategies we've seen come out from them, and the effectiveness which they executed the strategies has been really high. And so far I'm pretty sure they've gone undefeated on my stream at least. So we're gonna see the first engagement here for Sleepy, who is basically the resident roamer, but gets taken up by Kirby Dog on a little angle instead. That's the first pick coming out. Oh my god, my camera just whips around because of a lag spike, which are really frustrating. Two proxies going off, giving away that the Rebel players are inside of the blue area here. EMP gets yeeted inside. Kirbydogs goes for the pickup. Ondog comes out with the breaching foam. Breaching foam coming out. Kirbydog looking for those shots. Fedorov finding it instead, equalizing it to a 4v4. The drone coming out, finding Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed taking out the drone, repositioning into a very small crevice. Just barely fitting. As another wall gets popped, Tumbleweed now being a little bit more exposed. Grenade coming out, but not connecting with anybody as it just doesn't clear the wall. And so far, Rebel seems to be quite passive. Not very aggressive with their peaks. Only looking for a pick every now and then. Which is what you might have to do against the players of Wicked. They are very well known to hit their shots. And just execute and punish everybody with Baymask, taking out Tumbleweed. Instead, Wicked now being down on the players. But so far that hasn't stopped them. Dest crawling up a little higher, going for the peak over the divider. Finding some shots, hearing the EMP being planted. Trap crawling in the little spot. Finding the shots he needs to take out Baymax. And now it's back down to a 3v3. And we're gonna see them keep training kills unless if Trap continues his absolute strategy. Looking for that headshot on Beastark, who's playing a very strong position on the hedge. Grenade coming out, not finding anybody. Ondog fighting Fedorif instead. It's now a 2v2. But Wicked does have the health advantage, but the Rebel players have the advantage on the position. Spray's coming out, finding Dash. It's now 1v2. But Trap is still up in health, but he doesn't have the position, he doesn't have the shots. Ondog only needs one shot. Beastark might need two, depending on where he hits. EMP still going off. He doesn't have the position or the angle to get the defuse, and that's finally a round for Rebel with a beautiful setup, really showing off the power of the hatch play. And that's what what happens a lot with these higher level teams is what differentiate a lot of these higher level and lower level teams is the focus on the EMP planting. How many times a game has been won, has changed because the EMP is down? The attackers just take control over the match, and now the attackers basically become the defenders, only having to hold this tiny little spot, and the defenders now have to push into them and attack them and try to take them out in time, and they have the time in pushing them, which causes them to maybe make a move that might not be the smartest, to push into a disadvantaged position just because of time, just because of pressure. And a lot of newer teams, lower level teams, seem to just focus on kills, trying to take out the other team, and sometimes just forget that the EMP is an option, or don't have the strategies to execute properly onto a site and get that plan down. So I hope that is a big thing where a lot of these players can pick up their game, is focusing more on the EMP and focusing more on plans down. As Fedorif gets the first signal, hearing somebody hop in and pinging it out, going for the pistol shots instead, even though he has a Vezin on his chest. Might just want to save his ammo for later in the game. Looking for the drone. Flashers coming out, and we're gonna see a lot more aggression from Rebel this time. Dash being a little stuck on side here. Fedorif being taken out, Nate coming out. Not connecting with everybody, but instead Dash get taken out. Rebel now already seems to be having control over side as the roamers have to rush back to side. Tumbleweed with only a Cyclone, not being able to do very much. Trap rushing back as well, and we might see an enclosing here from the Wicked players. Sleepy trying to ping out, trying to figure out what's going on. Traps get taken down, and now we only have 2 Cyclone players against 3 full buy players, but it is Wicked. You never know what's gonna happen because these players are absolutely wicked, but Sleepy gets taken out. Now it's Tumbleweed who goes for a strategic spin. Seems like Yimpy already being down. This isn't looking good for Wicked. They don't have the economy to fight this round right now. And Tumbleweed in a 1v3 having to sneak up on EMP, which is being held from 1 spot, 2 spots. 3 different angles that are all incredibly effective. So this isn't looking like the round for Tumbleweed. Maybe he can get out with a gun or take out Ondog instead and save his gun here. Not peek Beastark, there's no more time. CMP is about to go off. He goes for the defuse instead and gets taken out by Kingsley, not realizing either his numbers. The EMP syringe is being thrown down, kit being shared here, trying to make it. So they have the advantage. It doesn't. What? Okay, they probably dropped it. I was very confused for a second. It looked like Ondog bought another another syringe while they're kept it too. So it might have been that he dropped it. That's most likely, but it looked a little confusing. I did not did not realize that. That looked a little funny. But it looks like now Wicked is able to get a mostly full buy. Only Fedorif and Dash being on the eco, not being, or Dash choosing to go for a Omen instead of a Vezin, even though he has the economy, probably saving up to get that Vezin last round, making it count. Those sneaky tripwires. Maybe we're gonna see some effect from that. It would be fun. With that, the round is about to start. And what are we gonna see for attack? A garage, warehouse, whatever you want to call it, offensive this time. With only one player on the other side of the map, which is Baymask, who opens up orange and now rotates away just to create a little bit of a distraction. A lot of aggression. Dest might be the first one to see them here as the drones are coming out. They're taking a lot of attack on the top floor. Do a big stretch as we're continuing on. Dest creeping around second floor trying to find anybody here. And might get a run-in with Beastark, who isn't being incredibly sneaky. Dest being so close yet so far. Hearing Beastark, hearing those loud steps, not having found a single kill yet. Hearing Beastark sneak past Ondog, is in the same direction. What's going on, dog? He gets the ping, he doesn't take the shot. He tries to play it patient instead. Beastark, yeah, being close again, not checking the bathroom here. So Ondog with the EMP runs away. And so far Des hasn't been able to get any fights yet. But having a little bit of intel on the other players. 2 walls being open, some utility being burned on them. But nobody capitalizing on it. And Tumbleweed gets the first pick of the round. The fight is opened. Hopefully it's going to be hunting season for Wicked here. They're on a bit of a losing streak with 2 rounds. Federic finding the shot on a very close call into double smokes here. A lot of utility being used, a lot of stuff being burned. And Rebel almost seems to back off entirely. Going for maybe a little mental reset, maybe a little attack plan reset. Trying to draw Wicked. Des being taken out and Tumbleweed gets found by Beastark, who seem to be using the hatch they popped open past Des. That's very unfortunate, as the proxies are going off, and I fucking hate those things. I can barely hear myself think. Baymask gets taken out, but Sleeping. So far it's been a very close match. It's been back and forth, back and forth. Kingsley tries to sneak in and catch unfortunate timing for Sleepy, but the Wicked team clears it out as Federic gets... I am brain farting. Gets Kingsley, there we go. And so far that's a very good round. Now being 3-2, Wicked back in the lead, coming back from a 2-round losing streak. And so far, why is there another spectator in? Apparently somebody else is spectating. I don't know if they're streaming or not, but that is noted. You're gonna hear this 2 minutes late, but Bleepy Benwing. Benwin. Weepy Benwin. There we go. That's a new vocal warm-up from now on. So far, Federic and Trap have been taking the lead. PV, Trap, whatever you want to call them, have been taking the lead on the leaderboard for the Wicked players. Kingsley and Ondog also getting a lot of picks. A little bit more spread out on the Rebel side. As the matches, the rounds have been very close. You're gonna see a very basic attack almost. So far there's been only, I would say, one common effective strategy, and that's pop up and hatch, plant underneath it, and then just hold it from hatch. Because as we just saw, it's been very effective. So why not change a winning team? Why would you change a winning team? That's a saying. Kingsley just making a lot of noise, doing laps, trying to distract them. Seems like here, just to give Dest a little bit of a heart attack. Allowing his team to sneak inside. We might see the first engagement as Sleepy just barely gets away. Gerberdog coming out with the foam. Trap rotating away, not going for the fight, going for a more advanced position as Federic peeks it. It gets taken out instead. A little bit of a lag spike there. As B-Star got taken out by a trip mine. And Trap gets a kill with the incendiary grenade, just barely hitting that. Now a lot of action on A as well. The wall is open, but EMP is nowhere near there. Smoke's coming out, not allowing any entry onto side. Ondog having to rotate all the way back. I don't know if they realized EMP is there. Smoke coming out as well. Door blocker making it a little harder. Drone coming out for a little bit of utility. Now Ondog is looking for the jump up shot. But so far Trap doesn't seem to be looking for it. Baymask trying to capitalize on the smoke, but smoking just falling away in time. Refire is coming up, but nobody connecting. It's a bit of a stalemate here. EMP is getting touched, but gets backed off instead. Ondog gets Trap. Trap swings it. Sleepy looking for that kill on Ondog. EMP is still not planted. Baymax seems to be lagging a little bit. Dash taken off Kingsley off screen, and now it's a 2v3 here. Wicked trying to secure that 4-2 split as they take out Baymax. And Dash with the flank on Ondog, cleaning it out. The 4-2 split is here for Wicked. And that is definitely a play they needed. They started off strong, they dropped 3 rounds and they picked it back up. And so far it seems to be working out. Bederiff with 7 kills. Trap with 9, taking the lead for Wicked there. Dash finally finding some kills last round. Needing a little bit of more of a warm up. But so far so good. I'm quickly gonna check my keybinds. So, right, cool. Those are not broken. They tend to break a bit if you join late. And they ran a little deathmatch for the game, which can sometimes fuck it up. And I need to make sure I swap my scores. Did I do a prediction? Yes. 10 points to Wicked. Okay. This is a very common spot for the trip mines. So I wonder how it's gonna pay off. If it's gonna pay off again. Because it's really hard to play against to notice, because every single one of the steps can be a trip mine. But the round has started. Tumbleweed coming in from the underside. Looking at the staircase but not being contested. Maybe clearing out some utility before Dash might trigger it. Because you don't want to walk accidentally into a trip mine. The amount of times that has changed around has changed, cost somebody their life. It's too many to count, and it's really funny. W from Trap trying to manifest that win here. Looks like the trip mine has been taken out, not picking on anybody. And Sleepy Penguin drops out of the match. The bots take their spot and dies immediately. Tumbleweed clearing out. Two instead, so it's back to almost equal numbers, but the Wicked players have a very big health disadvantage. Gonna see on side, the common spots are open. Tumbleweed and Trap being on low HP, needing to play a bit more careful as Trap gets cleaned up. And down to a 3v3. Rebel does have the health advantage here. Dog and Kingsley holding side. Kingsley getting the pick on Dest. Now it's down to a 2v3. Federer still in the position, gets a dink on Kirby, pops his health immediately. Not being able to get finished half here with one shot here. Kingsley once again lagging on the Rebel side, which seems to be almost a pattern. So far, Federer finally getting a pick. It's a 2v2, but the health difference is so massive. And it is a pistol round, so you're gonna need to hit 2 headshots to secure a kill. As Federer finally heals back up, being able to take those equal fights. And I hope Sleepy can get back in time. So we don't start a round with a bot, because they tend to not be the smartest. And kind of just push in. A lot of breaching foam being used here. A lot of maybe distraction, maybe Space being created, 30 seconds on the clock. Shot being placed on Kingsley, Tumbleweed getting the kill. Now it's up to Baymax alone in the corner. Fedorif looking for the plant. Doesn't get the bait off, gets taken out instead. Tumbleweed now being able to regen his health. Picking up a syringe. And Baymax gets the kills instead with a beautiful pre-aim. Rebel is back in the fight with a 4-3 score. Baymax now being 6-6. And so far it seems like the Wicked rounds seem to be, or the Rebel rounds seem to be very close. If we look at the scoreboard here, so far the my brain is not braining. Boo, poof, poof. I am sleepy. I've had COVID. I'm still not entirely recovered. So far the rounds that Rebel has won, there we go, have been very close, while Wicked has been able to get a little bit more security in their wins. Only losing if Fedorif dies, so I don't know if that's a pattern or just pure luck. But there's definitely something to be said about that. Whew. Brain fog is rough. A little out of shape with casting as well. It's been a little bit since I've done it, but we'll get back into it. I'm probably gonna do a few quiet streams every now and then as well, because they're very fun. This Unlog is not looking at the hatch, okay? For a second I thought he was about to make a massive mistake. So far, not a lot of aggression. The hatch is open, the door goes open. Sleepy taking the early entry here. Might find Beastark early here as well. He's hidden in a common spot. Gets spotted by Tumbleweed, but gets the pick instead. The grenade goes out. The grenade goes short. Sleepy doesn't get hit by it. He's able to keep that health advantage. A lot of drops come in. Beastark gets taken out by Dest, who also takes out OnDog. Now they have control over the locker room. Being able to put that pressure on the side as Baymax gets taken out with Dest as well. Dest is just on a roll. Is he going for the ace here? Kirby Dog and Kingsley both rotating. Kingsley on the side, Kirby Dog on the flank. Kirby Dog might find Sleepy here. Shots being traded. Kingsley taking out Dest. Right as I click away, because that's how timings work. Kirby Dog gets taken out. Kingsley is now alone in a 1v3 situation. EMP is planted. It's not looking good, but knowing these players, they can still pull it around. And I'm making sure I'm staying hydrated so I don't kill my throat. "30 seconds on the EMP and a very close hold. But Fedorif gets taken out. Sleepy swings it and gets the kill instead. 5-3. So far, Wicked is really taking the lead here, taking those kills, and being 1 point away from match point is a position I would like to be in all the time. Because now the pressure is starting to rise. If Rebel drops another round, they cannot win the map anymore, so there's definitely something to be cautious of. That keybind doesn't work. Oh well. Let me see properties. I'll figure it out later. Where are we gonna put the tripwires? Those are always the most fun to watch, because if they work, it's funny. Just in the vending machine? Interesting play. Haven't seen that before. It looks like it might be visible, so I don't think we're gonna see too much effectiveness. Unless it doesn't even line up with the drop, so don't exactly know what the plan is there. A lot of aggression on the generator room here from the Wicked players. Fedorif already having the foam down on one of the hatches. And nobody is here to contest it. Everybody is on the second floor so far. Hatch gets popped open. Are we gonna see anybody push upstairs here? Orange stairs, no movement. You can see OnDog is on the bottom floor instead. So nobody seems to be going for the top floor so far. If you look at the leaderboard, Dest finding 3 kills last round. Definitely putting in some good work. He gets the first shots coming out on a door blocker from PV. Or Trap. The push is moving down orange stairs, so we're gonna have a look here. Fedorov leading the charge with the EMP in hand. Pings coming out. Looks like we're gonna see some breaching foam coming out, which has been one of the most used tools. I'm 90% sure of. We might see Bayma. Yeah, that's Baymask, not Beastmaster. Getting the first fights here, or Kingsley maybe, who is sitting in the corner. Gets the first shot straighted with Trap, not hitting to anybody as of yet. The rebel reinforcements are coming in, but are they gonna be enough? A beautiful fire nade coming out. They've gotten a lot more effective recently. People figured out how to use them, how to place them properly, not just for denial, but also for cleaning corners. Sleepy with that grenade in hand. It's a smoke instead. I can see. Smoke's coming out, but not covering enough. Now for Beastark to get a kill on Fedorov. A lot of utility. Flash is coming out. On Dog. Swing it instead. Taken out by 2, but gets taken out by Sleepy. Sleepy now looking for the pre-fire. Dest looking for the flank. Finding Kirby Dog. You might see a little bit of back and forth here as Beastark is alone, but only 30 seconds on the clock. He can play this on just time. Beast takes out Dest, but Sleepy might be able to get the EMP down. He wasn't hurt, so he gets the pick off. He gets swing to outside, and now he has the advantage position. Beastark having to push, only a minute time to come up with a plan. He has to do something here, but what is the question? Looking for that health, trying to get back to full, hopefully putting his odds in his favor. A lot of pressure on him now. Sleepy is gonna swing it, but isn't gonna connect. And Sleepy swings it again, but gets the pick this time. Claiming at least a tie for Wicked here. Putting in a lot of good effort, and so far it's paying off. Fedorov and Sleepy leading the scores. Trap being a little bit higher on the kills. But here you can see Fedorov with the assists and the plants and the diffuses. That's what gets you a lot more points. Whew, my voice is not used to this anymore. We're gonna have a top floor objective. And I'm gonna guess what we're gonna see here. And that's a hatch plant. Maybe. That's my uneducated guess. Slightly educated. Breaching foams. Trap with the utility here. With a fire and a nade. Definitely been able to make a lot of use of that so far. We've seen Wicked has been really studying the game. Coming up with the best strategies. How to use utility. And it's paying off. It's working. Which I'm really impressed with. Because I can't do it for shit. Drones coming out, a lot of windows being popped. On Dog with the lean for days. Being able to get a spot, get some hits. Now being droned out. Backing off a little bit, not trying to push that fight against the Wicked players coming down orange. Fedorov's going for the breaching foam. On Dog still not rotating back to side, but also not pushing the fight. Maybe trying to look for a different angle, and so far not a lot of movement on this side. Sleepy and Dest on the vertical, on the hatch. Looking for anybody making the mistake to push up. And they've all rotated to hatch. On Dog still running downstairs, but not having anybody to contest in there. We're gonna see the drop coming in. The Wicked players drop. All 4 of them come in, and they're gonna try to drop the rebel players. So far, Kingsley and Ondog holding the window here. Ondog pushing into lockers, gets taken out by Fedorith. Fedorith gets refragged by Beastark. Kingsley being taken out by Tumbleweed. And that is the orange stairs cleared. Only a door blocker in the way of the wicked players. Door blocker being taken out. 3v4. And I have lost half the players. Trap still on the vertical. Dash holding the flank on the left. Tumbleweed holding the flank on the right. The wall goes open and smoke's coming out. Tumbleweeds get hit to the spray. It gets taken out, but Sleepy is able to place down EMP, but not plant on it. Beastark rotating in. Looking for those wicked players. And now it's only Dest inside alone. Kirby Dog with the sneaky little peek. It's Trap alone in a 1v3 situation. Trying to having to secure match point here, or secure the victory. They already have match point. And not being able to do it as Baymax finally gets the final kill. Let me... There we go. And if we look at the scoreboard, Beastark with 10 in 7 being the top frag of the kills, and all of the Rebel players are really close together in score. Kingsley and Baymax sharing the top with 125, and Ondog and Beastark only being one assist away from taking that spot. Kirby Dog trailing behind a little bit with the 95. Even 95 is more than enough. We're gonna look on the wicked side. Fedorith with 9 kills with 180 points. Sleepy Penguin with 8 kills, 125 points. Trap being the top frag with 10 kills. Dest rushing in here with Ondog on the roam. Holding in a real, a uncommon buy, but it can be effective at times. Being fairly loud as the incendiary comes out. Dash swinging through the incendiary and still getting the kill. Now having taken care of those roamers, they can start setting up their attack plan. Kingsley going for the secondary roam almost. Beastark is holding a hatch. Looking for Trap here. That's an interesting position to be in. Kirby Dog finding Sleepy Dog. Kirby Dog finding Sleepy Penguin. There we go. We'll get it out someday. Trap finding Beastark on that vertical hatch here. Kirby Dog looking for those peaks. Not finding anybody. Finding Dest with a beautiful flick to his head. Barely being able to keep alive as the utility, I'm pretty sure there was a nade on his feet. Putting him at 2 HP, not having a syringe. Trap finishing him off. Tumbleweed and Trap in a 2v2 versus Kingsley and Baymax. Kingsley is still above them, playing vertically, and he might get a interesting peek here. But instead, Baymax get the kill. Tumbleweed now alone in a 1v2. And we see a lot of vertical play here from the Rebel players. They aren't even on the same level as Side. Tumbleweed going for the plant, but gets taken out instead by Kingsley. And now it's 5-6. We're going into a round 12 where it's going to be either a tie or a win for Wicked. Here we go. I can get it out. Whew. My voice is starting to give out. I'm probably gonna go quiet after this match. after this round. What the fuck are they trying to do? I'm just not gonna question it anymore. These players are special, that's at least. Where are we gonna see the double trip mine? Or the single trip mine, never mind, it's only one. It's again a top floor objective, which I'm not keeping track of who's winning what. But so far it's been a interesting fight on this one, being a very close call. Smoke's coming out, but not being capitalized by either team. Better if, I don't know what you're doing, but it's probably some really high level strat. Just making a lot of noise, allowing his team to get inside and get that utility out. Grenade being dud. Smoke also not being activated, so I don't know what the play is here. Maybe they're just trying to bait, maybe they're setting something up. Maybe it's just a mistake. What the fuck? Hold up, that's almost invincible. There you go. That is a really sneaky setup, holy shit. There we go, the breaching foam coming out from Sleepy Penguin. They don't have a full buy on the Wicked side, but they do have one on the Rebel. On an important round, that is, that can be the difference between a tie or a win. It's Fedorith on the lookout for those flankers. Sneaking up, trying to get on the side. Kirby Dog being in an interesting position here. Looking through the tiniest little cracks. Trying to get that advantage. The fights are coming out. Sleepy Penguin gets taken out instantly. Ondog takes out Des, playing that little smoke. Friendly fire coming out even. Feather is getting hit with a grenade and gets taken out by Ondog. B-Star getting killed. Tumbleweed, and now it's just Trap alone. And we're gonna draw on map 1. What a play. That is I don't know even what to say. That's a draw. What do you do? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute myself because I start to notice my voice and stamina are taking a bit of a toll. I'm also just tired because I've been doing a lot recently. So thank you all for listening. I'm gonna continue streaming the match, but I'm gonna do it quietly. Thank you.
possible.